It's so great to have you here. There's a lot of females in the studio that are obsessed with your style.
Well, I love that.
And I just saw on your Twitter something about an outfit you recently wore, and you were shocked by how many people are like, where did she get that? And does that still surprise you?
It does surprise me. It does. And my stylist, it was one of those things where normally we always have things picked out, and I just went into my closet because I'm thinking, I don't need a fitting for this. It says festive.
So I would do that. I would totally take advantage of every single situation.
Oh, trust me, I do when I can. But it was just like time, and it was just this little Diane von Furstenberg blouse and black jeans, and it's like, oh my God, I got so many emails, and I thought, well, I might need to tweet about this, and then it'll answer all the questions.
And answer all the questions.
Yeah. Tatiana, that baby doesn't deserve this, Oscar.
Too young to know what's going on.
So I guess that's why she asked me why you love taking your vacations more than you like being with her.
Mom, you gotta tell her I love her. Tell her I ain't never gonna
Tell her
leave
yourself.
So you had the premiere last night for Fruitvale Station.
Yes.
How is it sort of getting back together with the cast? Or is there dancing? Are you guys kind of like a crazy cast? Or are you more subdued? How would you rate yourselves?
Well, I'm the old lady of that cast, and I'm only 31. I said that with a straight face. No, I am the old lady of the group. We're a very, very strong group of people and have mutual admiration and love for each other. But I'm not a partier. Not that those guys are. I wave them on their way when they say, we're going to go. I knew that the next word out is out. And I'm like, you guys do that, I'm going to bed. I'm the old lady
Anything beyond
here.
the after party?
Yes.
So I know the director of this film, Ryan, talked about how when he first finished writing the script, it was right around the time you won the Oscar. And I think his agent had said to him, try to get her. And he said, no way. He never thought that he'd be able to work with you. And I know when you won the Oscar, you sort of had that same expression, that you were really shocked by all the success that you've had. And I think with this film in particular, you decided to produce to get the film out there.
Well, I have to be honest. I really had nothing to do with getting the film made. I have to say a huge thank you to Nina Yang Bon Jovi and Forrest Whitaker, because they were the ones who got the funds and everything for us to start the process. But while we were filming, we lost some of our funding, and I also, shamelessly called a lot of rich friends and said, we need money, and I know you have it. And guilted them into it. And I kicked in some of my own funds. So Nina and Forrest offered me an executive producer credit because we were also able to get Anna O'Reilly, Kevin Durand, and Chad Michael Murray involved, because I was relentless with our agency, I need them, and they signed on. So I wanted to be a part of it because of what it means socially.
The subject matter,
yes,
obvious.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it won an award at Sundance. It won the Grand Jury Prize. And I know at Cannes there was a 10-minute standing ovation for the film. How would you sort of compare because they're two very different festivals. Sundance is sort of like the snowy, cold, very laid back, and then people talk about Cannes. It's so huge, but a lot of actors talk about it being very nerve-wracking because it's such a grand scale. What is your experience with both of them?
Well, Sundance is our country's love. We got the Audience Award and the Jury Prize, which was unexpected. So to get, validation from our own country, from our big film community, and then to be accepted on the world stage is unparalleled, really. And I was so glad that, Ryan got to experience it, and Michael, Melanie, all of us got to be there. Anna. It's hard to articulate how
especially when it's like
the
little engine that becomes bigger and bigger, and it snowballs. And I read something about you that you said that when you stop getting starstruck in this business, it's time to retire. And I thought that was so refreshing because so many people in this business play it cool. And I think you talked about when you met Spielberg and Oprah, you cried and you fawned over Denzel Washington. Sort of, who was the last person that you met that you...
Oddly enough, every time I see Norman Lear, I love him. His shows from the 70s and 80s are just amazing. So I saw him last week at a function. I've met him before, but I had to go up to him and say hello again, and I get I start to sweat, and Robert Redford was in the room, and I did not have, I didn't have it in me to go up and accost him because I knew that I would have verbal diarrhea and somebody would have to, it wasn't about me, and I didn't want to, cloud the whole night, but it was, I can't possibly go through life without being able to be that exuberant. And last night, Sidney Poitier and Edward James Olmos came to the LA premiere. To know that those two men were in the room, it was humbling. It was humbling.
It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
We're humbled by having you here.
Well, thank you.
And congratulations on a wonderful film.
I appreciate
Come back
that so
again.
much. Absolutely, and thanks, girls, for loving my style.
We're going to keep watching and emulating your style, Octavia.
Oh, please. I'm trying to emulate that.
Oh, my gosh.
Perfect.
Now I'm speechless.